It doesn't matter who you are, what your sex is, race, color, creed, what you believe in. This is for real Americans, and that's what we all are. I've been doing the entertainment business and the media stuff for well over 40 years. So, once you're in that zone, you kind of look for openings and opportunities. And I've always said maybe once or twice in a lifetime, a wild, wild west deal will come along, such as the George Foreman Grill, where our agent, Sam Perlmutter, called me and George, but he called me first. I was picking up my kids. So he called George. After he called me and George picked a grill, I got the blender that wouldn't even work. So that's one of those wild, wild west deals that lives on forever. It's a multi-billion-dollar type deal. All of a sudden, I was at a convention with my partner, Chad, and I read name tags and shake hands. And the guy had passed blue ribbon, vice president. I said, oh man, my dad used to drink that beer. We got in a beer conversation. I said, I got this crazy idea for a beer. I see the whole country being divided and diverse. I see this huge opening like the Red Sea party, with everybody's on one side, everybody's on the other side. But I get an idea for a beer that it doesn't matter if you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, it doesn't matter what sex you are, it doesn't matter what race you are, where you're from, what you believe in. I've got a beer that's going to bring America back together one beer at a time, and it's called Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer, brother. In the wrestling business, we try to take care of each other's bodies, but sometimes it gets a little crazy. And when it gets a little crazy, you have an unwritten law that you go out to the ring and straighten it out. But for me, I hated confrontations. So I said, hey, man, let's sit down and talk over a beer or something. So the idea came from that. Sitting down with a wrestler, having a beer, talking a lot. We had a lot in common, and that would usually calm the savage beast. And I feel the same way about this country and this whole world. We are more alike than we are different. But we really need to sit down and have a conversation. So that's why Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer, brother, is going to bring America back together one beer at a time. People are tired of being separated. People are tired of being divisive. We all want the same thing. We all want a good life. We want our family, our friends. We want to have the borders closed. We want peace in the Middle East. We want food in the grocery store to be reasonable, that we can afford it. We want to make sure we don't get killed at the gas pump. And at the end of the day, we want God back in our schools and in our churches and in our life. So that's what this is all about. People kind of like scattered and ran into the bushes. Now everybody's kind of like going, you know what? We want a better life. It's way beyond politics now. This is about real Americans being real Americans and standing up for God, family, and country. So I think we're all pivoting and coming back together. That's why the timing is perfect.